I'm an idiot. This game has chapters. So me being upset at the end of chapter 1 and being like, this is the whole game? No. No. I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. And I didn't realize at the time that there's chapters to this game. It's not just like one game you continuously play from beginning to end. You do it by chapter. So we got finished with chapter 1 and I was like, this answers none of my questions. I had a dumb moment. We are back playing The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. Now, when we left off, we found out that the blood on the mattress was actually fake blood. It was not real blood. And we got knocked out by the German doctor. So now I've got a lot of questions and I got a bone to pick with that doctor. So we begin with chapter 2. Yeah. I got a lot of issues with you right now, Doc. Ooh. What are you doing?
Why couldn't you just leave it be? Let me go. Why are you doing this to me? You and the Baroness. Dr. Gebhardt, I don't know. Don't you understand what you are forcing me to do? You don't have to. It is almost over. You won't feel a thing. I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
I gotta get the hell out of here. Ooh.
A pair of scissors. All ready.
Oh, crap.
Enough of that, Mr. Zellner. Soon it will all be behind you.
No. Oh my gosh. What?
I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
Okay, try again. Okay. Search the bowl.
Chloroform. Still partly numb. I have to distract him. Why? Why did the Baroness have to snoop around? Why did you have to snoop around? And that glove there. You want to plant evidence on me, yeah? I left no evidence. There is no trail. And yet you can't just leave me in peace, can you?
What are you talking about?
Keep talking.
Let's talk about your plan.
What next? Heart failure happens a lot at your age, especially given your background. I am still considering whether I should throw you overboard. Don't leave evidence. No evidence.
But why?
But what if I'm seen? My plan was perfect. And then you ruined everything!
But why?
On and on. Chloroform? I had it in my bag, just in case. You were supposed to be asleep. I am not a monster, you know?
No, you just kill people. You're a murderer.
I have nothing against you. Nothing at all. But what can I do? You forced my hand. It's your fault. Yours alone. A pair of scissors.
Okay.
What have you...
No crap.
Mr. Zellner, what are you doing back there? Red.
No, 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 no. Okay, I'm bad at this.
I am sorry.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. Your plan. Anesthesia. Yeah, force my hand. Yours and yours alone. Okay, let's take.
Can't reach.
Yeah, easier said than done. Okay. Take the scissors. Quick. Okay. Come on, use the scissors. With the straps. Take the chloroform. That's right! Crap.
Take it easy, Mr. Zellner.
Stab him.
You will only hurt yourself.
Rather than having you murder
Can
me?
we begin?
No!
No, please. It's almost over.
Stab him. Stab him in.
I will.
Right in the face. Holy crap. What? Hi, guys.
Thanks.
A wet towel works miracles. I told you so.
Out with it then. What were you doing down there?
Trying not to get
Inspector,
murdered.
At least let the constable recover his breath.
He almost killed himself.
Me? No. Dr. Gebhardt would have taken care of that for me. Where is he?
Overboard.
He's vanished without a trace. We're searching the ship from top to bottom.
Good.
One
Find
at
him.
a time. Tell me, Zellner, what did you find out?
Dr. Gebhardt killed Baroness von Trebitz.
Impossible.
Do you have proof?
Besides the fact that he wanted to kill me?
But wasn't the doctor with you when the shot was fired?
The gunshot was just a distraction. It wasn't the shot that killed the Baroness.
But how?
The shot that we heard was a recording. The Baroness had a tape recorder and good speakers in her cabin. Good enough to make the noise audible on the upper deck.
Is that just your suspicion? Or do you have proof?
There's an audio tape in the medical center. The reel belongs to the tape player in the Baroness's cabin. And there's a sibling reel in her cabin that belongs to the recorder in the medical center. If you check the tape in the medical center, you'll find a recording of a gunshot on it.
For the sake of argument, let's assume that's true. Where did Gebhardt get a recording of a gunshot?
He recorded it in the cargo hold. His tape recorder has a microphone, and I removed a bullet from one of the boxes down there.
And it came from the murder weapon?
Yes, I compared it to the other bullet in the inspector's cabin.
Of course you did. All right.
Don't get mad at me.
Inspector Legrand.
Let's pretend you're onto something. The shot we heard was just a recording. What happened next?
We all ran to the Baroness's cabin.
We did.
She lay comatose in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pushed past you so that you couldn't get too close to the Baroness. He examined her and pronounced her dead. There was no reason for us to doubt him. The shot, the blood,
Girl, your eyebrows be
Baroness
twitchy.
lying there lifelessly. But she was only unconscious, knocked out by the chloral hydrate that the doctor had poured into her glass shortly before.
The doctor had a glass in his hand when you came in.
He wanted to remove the evidence, but you gave me the glass instead, Captain DeConti, and unintentionally knocked me out as well.
Nonsense. There was blood everywhere. And the Baroness is certainly dead enough, isn't she?
Then who did shoot her? And when?
She wasn't shot. She was poisoned. The doctor in the medical facility, the doctor in the cabin.
She wasn't shot. She was poisoned.
And yet I saw the hole in her chest with my own eyes.
Aha!
She must have been shot.
Well, ingenious. Where was she shot?
Then it was the doctor, of course. He shot the sleeping Baroness in her cabin, barely 10 meters away from us.
What are you saying?
The doctor was alone in the cabin for a while. When the alarm went off, it was deafening. I couldn't even hear myself.
And I found a pillow with burn marks. Could have been used to muffle a gunshot.
And the blood?
The blood wasn't real. Dr. Gebhardt mixed up a liquid that looked like fresh blood to the casual observer. But the liquid remained red instead of becoming darker and browner from exposure to the air. That meant he had to clean the body and get rid of the bedding.
But the blood was already there when we first entered the cabin.
Dr. Gebhardt was in the Baroness's cabin before the murder. He hid a surgical glove full of the red liquid under her sheet. The Baroness, dead tired, fell onto her bed. The glove burst and the blood spread across the bed. I found the burst glove in the medical center.
But why did he do it? What was his motive?
Inspector?
The Baroness was blackmailing Dr. Gebhardt.
What's your reason?
Isn't blackmail always a good motive?
It's worthless without proof.
Okay.
I can only speculate. The Baroness spent the day rummaging through her old family photos. And in her diary, she wrote about deceased family members. I suspect it had something to do with their fates during the war. The Baroness wrote a warning on her notepad. There is a murderer on board. I don't have proof, but I believe that the Baroness held Dr. Gebhardt responsible for the deaths of her relatives and wanted to confront him in front of all of us. The doctor couldn't allow that to happen, and so he silenced her.
No, no, no.
Do you have anything to contribute, Constable?
Confession, sir.
A written confession?
Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven.
No,
It's
he's
all
not.
here. He admits to everything.
What does it say?
It says, "Do you still remember, my dear Nico? The streets were wet with rain and the scent of roasted barley and fermenting yeast wafted over to us from the brewery. The
No.
dog barked until your shot struck down the innocent one. After that silence, not a single sound except for my soft steps fading on the wet cobblestone street.
No.
They made a hero of you, and I, at last, found peace. At least until the urge returned. Some of us are not made for retirement, my friend. I thought they would assign this case to you, and that thought pleased me. We'd finally find out who was truly the better man. And it pains me now to have to admit that you and your little gumshoe got the better of me. You drove me into a corner, forced me to make mistakes.
No.
I congratulate you on your triumph, but no one will confine the Raven to a cage. There is but one way out, and that is by my own hand. Farewell, Raven Hunter. R.
No.
Inspector Legrand!
No. It's bullcrap. So the Raven's not going to commit suicide? That's silliness. Something's
Inspector?
fishy.
I was right. I told them all, over and over again. But no one would listen.
Because you're not right.
You think that Dr. Gebhardt was really the Raven?
The things Gebhardt describes in his letter aren't part of any police report. Only someone who was there would know them.
Couldn't there have been others involved? One of the police, for instance. What if one of them changed sides?
Why is it so hard for you to accept the simple truth?
Because it's
There
not
was
the
never a
truth.
new Raven. There was only ever the old one. And that was Dr. Gebhardt.
The
No.
modus operandi doesn't match. The Raven was not a killer.
Legends are rarely what they seem to be, Constable Zellner.
Then who was the man who was killed back then?
William Jackson, a petty thief, committed some burglaries together with his brother. Talented, but not world-class.
And they thought he was the Raven.
Some people thought it was part of his disguise. If you're a debonair master thief, what better disguise than pretending to be a common crook? From time to time you let them catch you pulling small jobs, and no one ever imagines you're capable of a major heist.
But you didn't believe it.
I had my doubts, but everyone congratulated me, and those doubts were pushed aside. It was like being caught in a storm. But eventually the storm passed and my doubts were still there.
But not this time? No doubts telling you that Gebhardt isn't our man?
'Cause he's
It
not.
must be him.
What about the handwriting, the wording? Does the farewell letter match the Raven's other letters?
Yes, it's his handwriting, his words. I've read all the Raven's letters, all of them.
I never thought it was possible. A resurrected Raven.
The Raven was never dead. I shot the wrong man.
But that man had the stolen goods, didn't he? So he must have been in league with the Raven. One could hardly call him innocent.
Got
Where
a
do we
point.
go from here?
We deliver the eye and then I'll contact Paris. A task force will compare all of Gephardt's known residences with the Raven's activity.
And they're
if
not
there
gonna
are
find
any
anything.
inconsistencies?
You're welcome to keep an eye on the safe if you can't let it go. The ship will remain in Cairo for one day. That's all the time you'll have to catch your own Raven. I already have mine.
You're a fool. You're a fool, Legrand. I'm sorry. You're a fool. Something isn't right. Something's not right. Ooh. We're in Cairo now.
You're one of Legrand's men, aren't you?
My name is Anton Jakob Zellner.
You've come just in time. Grace, my dachshund, is missing.
There may be more important matters for me to attend to, Mr.
Director Abbas Mokhtar. And
Abbas
Grace isn't just a
Mokhtar.
common dog. She's a purebred German dachshund, a champion.
Inspector Legrand, Professor Lucien, and Constable Oliver are overseeing the transportation of the safe. They should be here at any moment. I'll have a look around in the meantime.
Do you think that's necessary? The Raven is dead, after all.
If you mean Dr. Gebhardt, his body was never recovered. Nor the stolen eye of the Sphinx, for that matter.
Right.
It does us a great honor that the Inspector is concerned about us. But we have everything under control.
You say
Legrand
that.
isn't as concerned as he should be. But I am. Is the museum closed?
Yes. Only carefully selected guests may enter the museum during preparations for the gala. And of course, you're one of them, Mr. Constable.
Good old Mokhtar. Let's talk about your security
What
system.
can you tell me about the museum's security system?
One of the best on the market. And the second eye will still be exhibited in our special treasure chamber, which is extra secure.
Treasure chamber?
See for yourself, to the right of the entrance. The eye is as safe as the British Crown jewels.
I think I'll have a look around the museum.
Please do. There's a lot to see. And you let me know if you see Grace, won't you? I hope we find her before the great inspector arrives. Isn't it fantastic how he solved the murder on the ship?
He didn't do
Legrand.
jack
Of
crap.
course, it's in all the newspapers. The murder of the wealthy Baroness von Trebitz, and how the great Inspector Legrand identified the murderer in just one day. It's the stuff legends are made of.
Are you
should
kidding
count yourself
me?
lucky to have the chance to learn from him.
Screw you, Legrand. And screw you, Mokhtar.
What exactly do the newspapers say?
Everything. It's fantastic. Someone on board must have informed the press immediately. Of course, it's a great advertising for us. The reporters will queue up tonight.
And it was reported that Legrand found the murderer.
Of course. Who else?
Well, I wasn't exactly uninvolved.
Of course. Legrand surely has assistants, but honor to he who deserves to be honored. Right?
Yeah,
Well
and it's
then.
not him.
Be seeing you, Constable. Grace! Here, Gracie. My sweetheart. Where are you?
Oh, Mr. Inch.
Mr. Inch. There you are. I am so sorry. Baroness von Trebitz was a good-hearted woman. She did so much for the museum.
As you say, sir.
And you? Are you leaving so soon?
I'd like to go back to my hotel. These last days have been such a strain.
First, you sneak into the museum without greeting me, and then you want to leave just as quickly?
I didn't want to disturb you, and we'll have time enough tonight.
Yes, you simply must come tonight. I wanted to present Baroness von Trebitz with a medal. Now you'll have to accept it.
Of course, if you insist, sir.
The Baroness paid for all this. Without her, there wouldn't have been an exhibition or a gala.
She was very generous.
Yes, she was.
If you'll excuse me now. Constable Zellner, I want to thank you again for all you've done. You saved me, you could say.
My pleasure. See you tonight.
Something's off. Wow, big museum.
Miss Miller, I'm glad to see you here.
Oh, Constable Zellner. I heard what happened to you on board. Awful. Truly awful.
All's well that ends well. You are waiting for Professor Lucien?
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to find out why Professor Lucien left the forecastle so suddenly last night?
No, not really. We only had a brief conversation. He was still very nervous.
He was like that on the train as well. Seems to be typical of him.
It must be something to do with the burglary at the museum. It really affected him. But he told me not to worry about anything. He said, soon this would all be over.
Really? How did he mean that?
Oh, I didn't ask him, Constable.
Are there other passengers from the ship here?
Oh, yes, we arrived as a group. David Kreutzer, the violinist, was with us. So were Miss Myers and Mr. Inch. He seems to have gotten over the death of the Baroness pretty quickly. He seems positively relaxed.
I've met him. He looks on the bright side of life, so to speak. Where is Mr. Kreutzer?
He's over in the treasure chamber. Maddie is downstairs in the main hall. I'm afraid I'll hear the sound of something priceless shattering any second.
Matt will be careful, Miss Miller. Tomorrow you'll be sailing down the Nile, if I heard correctly.
That's right. I'm sure it will be an amazing experience.
But you don't seem to be very excited.
Oh, but I am. It's very generous of Lady Westmacott to invite me, and especially Maddie. He'll learn a lot.
But?
Well, Professor Lucien offered to join us.
Then Matt will learn even more. And I'm sure it won't be unpleasant for you either.
No, I just don't know how Maddie would react if Edgar came with us.
I understand. I could test the water to see how he'd feel about it.
Would you do that? Oh, thank you, Constable Zellner.
Absolutely.
I'll continue my tour of the museum.
Oh, yes, there's so much to see.
Wow, that is annoying. Let's go to the main hall. Wow. Look at all this stuff. Fancy.
Aha. This shows how the ancient Egyptians were able to move the heavy blocks of stone to build their pyramids and temples. They used ropes, wooden sleds, and poles as levers.
And Jews. Look, just saying, Egypt does not have the best history as far as slavery goes. Neither does America. Just gonna point that out. We ain't, the best at it either, but the Egyptians, the whole Moses thing.
These exhibits aren't originals, of course. They're reconstructed, based on old pictures. Nonetheless, it's impressive how they managed to build monuments like the pyramids with such simple tools.
A lot of manpower.
Several daggers in a row. Their shapes and patterns look timeless, elegant. What does it say here? The dagger on the left is a replica of the dagger from the tomb of Tutankhamun. It must have been incredibly precious during his lifetime because it's made of iron. Thousands of years before the Ice Age, meteorites were the only source of pure iron. So a star that fell from the sky, bringing a substance that's harder than anything they'd known before, would have been a dramatic event. No wonder they used it to forge a weapon for the godlike pharaoh.
Whoa. Well, there's Lady Westmacott. I don't really want to talk to her yet. I want to, keep stuff in here going.
Ah, I've heard of this. Desert glass. In the great sand sea of the Libyan desert, there's a region where natural glass is found. Nobody knows how it formed, The valuable material was often used for jewelry in ancient Egypt.
Pretty. You know, we're just checking stuff out in here.
This is Akhenaten, the only pharaoh whose portrait I always recognize. He has a very unusual head.
I recognize you. You have a very strange looking head.
Akhenaten was the husband of Nefertiti and the father of Tutankhamen, a famous family. But he went down in history as the pharaoh who wanted to eliminate the old gods and replace them with a single god. The priests took offense, and he died of unknown causes.
Unknown causes.
A figure of Imhotep, who comes in peace from around 2700 BC. The first polymath known by name, godfather of medicine, architect of the first pyramids, and according to legend, the inventor of Egyptian writing. He certainly achieved more than me in his life.
Heck yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave this episode here. We're in the museum. Dr. Gebhardt has disappeared somewhere. And Legrand is being an idiot because Gebhardt is not the Raven. He might be working for the Raven, but he's not the Raven. There's more to this story because there's at least another chapter after this. So we know for a fact he's not the Raven. There's no way. Nope. Sorry, Charlie, but next episode, I think we'll talk to Lady Westmacott. We'll start getting some answers on some stuff. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Lady Onassi, and I'm excited to start chapter 2 of this. I'm really excited. No spoilers, okay? No spoilers. I'm just excited to kind of see what's going to be coming next. I have a couple games going right now, and I'm still planning on uploading every single day. I am going on vacation. I'm gonna go visit my best friend, and I'm really excited to go see her. So I'll start uploading some stuff. I will still upload every single day. I'm just making some videos in advance so that I can make sure I have something every single day. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Lady Onassi, and have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye, guys.